Hello, my brothers and my sisters. I come your way again with a message from the Lord. The message is titled Sowing and Reaping. It would certainly be a surprise if you planted corn in the ground and pumpkins came up instead. It's a natural law to reap what you sow. Will people get away with their evil dealings, or do they receive the penalty for their deeds? As is said, as you lay your bed, so shall you lie in it. In Galatians 6, verses 7 and 8, the Apostle Paul says, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, so will he reap also. Those who sow to the flesh will reap corruption. Those who sow to the Spirit will reap everlasting life." There is cause and effect to every action. Hosea chapter 8, verse 7 says, "For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind." The wise man says in Proverbs 22, verse 8, that he that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity. A scholar has said, every seed sown produces a harvest of its kind. Every action has consequences. Job 4:8 says, "As I have seen, those who plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. The backstabbing, injustice, corruption, cheating, favoritism, lying, and sheer greed all will have consequences, both in this life and the life to come. Some people make false assumptions about others out of hatred. They too will be punished. There are others who falsify documents. I have a former colleague who had an X-ray and he changed his X-ray for somebody's. He took the person's X-ray results. He paid the laboratory guy, and then that person's X-ray was given to him, and his was given to that person. And I told my friend, this thing that you have done is evil, because you may have caused the person's travel or work or life, because you never know what the person will be using that results for. So do not think that you will get away with your dealings. Man may not see it, but they cannot escape the all-seeing eyes of God. He will reward you accordingly. In Africa, we have been blessed with so much resources: land resources, water resources, mineral resources, human resources. Yet there is so much poverty in Africa. Why? One man wants to own everything. He wants to have 10, 15, 20 cars. Another wants to have 10, 15, 20 houses. Why? And all these for what? So they cheat the system. They do all manner of things to enrich themselves. People steal from their employers. The business may be suffering, but they, the individuals, they are rich. Some people are richer than their business places. People divert monies meant for specific projects into their personal bank accounts. But I tell you, Judgment Day is coming. So be careful. You may not even live to enjoy all that you have made, because Judgment Day may be very soon. Look at the attitude towards work. People have very poor attitude towards work. They do anything that they want. They report late and they close early. Judgment Day is coming. There are others who are involved in the drug trade. They import and export cocaine to the detriment of the young people. They have become rich people. They may even receive the applause of people. Alcohol. Alcohol is killing a lot of young people's lives. Alcohol is destroying people, yet the producers have become very rich. The time is coming when all your deeds will expose you. Your deeds will expose you, and very soon. In Romans chapter 2, verses 6 to 11, the apostle tells us that God will render to each one of us according to our deeds. Eternal life to those who by patient continuance in doing good seek glory and immortality. But to those who are self-seeking and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath, tribulation, anguish on every soul of man who does evil, of the Jew first, and also of the Greek. But glory, honor, and peace to everyone who works what is good, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. For there is no partiality with God. God will judge each of us by our actions. So remember, your actions cannot be hidden from the Lord. Deuteronomy 30 verse 19 says, "See, I have set before you today life and death, good and evil, blessings and curses. Therefore, choose life, that you and your descendants may live." Let us choose life. Let us choose to do what is good. Let us reject what is evil, and our nation will prosper. Let's all turn to the Lord. Listen to your conscience. Let our conscience act as guide to us in everything that we do. Listen to your conscience. When a conscience tells you what you are doing is wrong, stop it. When a conscience tells you what you are doing is right, go ahead and do it. I tell you, what we need is righteousness. What we need is a change of attitude. If we change our attitude and if we do what is right, it doesn't matter which party is in power, our nation will prosper. It doesn't matter how the economies of the world are doing, our nation will prosper because each one is faithful, each one is true, each one is fair in their dealings. I pray that the good Lord Himself will help all of us, even as we have decided to do what is right. Thank you and stay blessed.